And Coach King here on the IceHog Media Day. You finally return home to the BMO. I saw the team skating on the BMO ice for the first time in quite some time. Walk us through these first couple of games of the season for you and what it means to be back on home ice for the first time.
Well, it's just so easy to get dressed and walk out to your ice and have a nice practice on a big ice sheet and not having to worry about getting over to Riverview and that. But I think it was good. It was good to get a win. The second game, I think just bringing it home after that, it just makes the whole week a lot easier and less stressful. Let's put it that way. And now we have time to prepare in our own locker, in our own home ice, and be ready for the weekend.
And with that victory over Texas this past weekend to wrap up a season-long, season-opening 6-game road trip, what does it do for the confidence of this team, for the chemistry of this team? When we've caught up, you mentioned that you're still formulating identities and how you want this team to operate. So a win like that it seems like it's a big motivator both on and off the ice coming into.
Yeah, I think it just shows the guys that when we do the little things the right way, we have an opportunity to win a hockey game. And for the most part, I think a little bit in the second we got a little sloppy, but you know, that's a good hockey team and they're fast. And I thought we played a real, pretty much all three periods were pretty good, except for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes in the second. But, you know, and obviously our goaltender stood on his head.
Scott Powers from The Athletic, your line is active.
Hey, Derek, with what have you made of Lucas Reichel so far, and what's his, I guess, transition been like?
Well, I think he's got a lot. He's a skilled player. Like he's going to play in the NHL, and he's probably going to have a nice long career. I think the big thing with him is just getting acclimated to playing this kind of hockey. I think North American games a little different than used to, especially in the American hockey league. So you know, he took some hits the last game and told him to keep you off the score sheet. So you got to fight through it. And I think he's been doing a great job with that. The problem is just trying to find the right players to play with and the chemistry. And we're still working on that.
What have you seen with Kneelander and his knee? Are you seeing him become more comfortable?
Yeah, and he's just like, he's got NHL upside to him.
You know what did not carry over in mind? The stuff.
Biggest thing is just getting him almost back in shape for games after that knee injury and what have you. So he's looked good. He can score goals. I think he's just get working when he doesn't have it.
No.
Thank you.
Scott Leber, your line is active, sir.
Yeah. Joey, before I ask this question, are you hearing some extraneous audio in the background? It sounds like some technicians.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if that's getting recorded or if you're hearing that, Joey, but.
No, it is not. It is not getting recorded. So no,
okay.
I mute my mic in between sessions. So
okay, I can deal with it as long as it's not getting recorded.
Nope.
All right, Coach, you said you guys practice on the BMO ice today. I know the locker room's been renovated. What do you think of the renovations, the new locker room? How's it look?
It's looking good. I mean, we're not in our locker room officially yet, but it's coming the next couple of days. But the ice surface was good. For you know, all the time I've been here, we've always had some issues with ice. It's too, you know, it breaks up too much, or it's just ruts and it's snowy. I mean, we had a pretty good hard practice today and it held up really good. So I'm excited about that. And our locker room's looking, you know, pretty much almost done, but it's looking real good. I think once we get into that, it'll be nice just to.
Through 6 games, you guys have been outshot 233 to 132. Why is that? Are your guys not pulling the trigger enough? Why is there such a differential there?
We like to give our goaltenders work, I guess. I don't know. You know, I think the big thing is, and we're working on it, is our D zone. We've been a little sloppy. I think we're still kind of getting used to it. I think we got to take the thinking out of it and just react instead of thinking about where we need to be. And we're giving up a little too many opportunities there. We got to clean up our neutral zone. Seems like some teams are coming through, especially the Texas team. They're fast. They were coming through our neutral zone a little too easy, which was setting up, you odd man rushes where they're getting some good quality shots. But we're working on it. We realize that we're giving up too much. And, hey, I always love when our guys can shoot a little more, but that's not the issue. I think the issue is just cleaning up our D zone and our neutral zone.
One more thing for me, the lines, you still mixing and matching, you still figuring them out, or do you feel like you got your pulse on what works?
Well, I didn't mind our line. I kind of switched them up to spread the wealth. I mean, we put, Connolly and Kneelander and Reichs together, and it kind of like that's all your power on one line. So I split them up just to see what we would get. I'll move them around again for the home opener, but I'm going to pair them up like Reichel and Conley together, and then Laffer, McLaughlin and Kneelander together, and then we'll just figure out which wingers are going to play with them well. So, and as you know, over the years, I'm not afraid to shake them up, but we have some extra bodies here in and out of the lineup. So there's always going to be somebody different on that wing for both lines there. But for the most part, I'll try to keep those 4 guys together.
Hey, Coach, I kind of want to piggyback on the shots question and talk about your favorite topic in goaltenders. It's obvious that Arvid has kind of established himself as the number 1 here with his play early in the season. But when you look at Malcolm's job, his first 2 games, if you just looked at the stats, you would say he's having a hard time. Are the numbers kind of not telling the truth, or is
I think the numbers we're not, I don't look at it as Soderblom as number 1. I think right now, when those guys came down, Soderblom was obviously going to play a lot of the games. So it's always been Soderblom plus one of those guys. Then the next weekend, it's Soderblom plus Delia, or Soderblom then Subi. So those guys, the 2 guys, Delia and Subs, haven't gotten in rhythm at all. They're kind of playing once every 2 weeks, which is hard to be fresh and be sharp. And then we got a team in front of them that's not playing the way we should be playing, and we're still figuring our team out. So have they done a job? I'm sure the first game, Subi wishes he had a few of those goals back, but I thought the second game he played, he was really good. We were just giving up too much quality chances. Even when Deals was in net, too many quality chances. And now Sodi goes in the net and we end up playing a little better in front of them, and we get a few goals to give them a lead, but so it's hard to judge. I don't like we got 3 goalies that we're just, as a team, we're just not right there playing well in front of them. Soderblom played great last game. I'll give him that. He was outstanding. And if he wasn't outstanding, we lose the game. The other goalies played well in front of us too, gave us an opportunity. We just didn't have that extra, jam to get those goals or get a lead for them. Well, I think just having actually a home opener instead of playing everybody else's home openers is going to help us. I like the fact that I addressed the team before the last game in Texas that this was a huge game for us because it sets us up for our little homestand. So, there's never an easy game in this league. Grand Rapids is a good team, and I think we owe them. We go in there and they kind of gave it to us. So we gotta be ready for a game on our hands. But I like where we're heading, and we're gonna have a good week of practices and prepare for them.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify on the goalie situation. So basically, when you have 2 games on a weekend, like you do this weekend, we can count on Soderblom most likely playing one of those?
Yep, Soderblom most likely will play one of them unless they tell me up top something different. But we'll see. I'm not sure who's going to play the first game, but Delia actually is up in the rotation, but we'll see. I have to talk to the big bosses and find out where they're heading with this goalie situation.
Okay, but they've emphasized to you, obviously, they want Soderblom to get some consistent
Yeah,
work.
well, that's the thing, right? This is the whole development part and get him playing. So, and the other 2 have been awesome. You couldn't wish for 2 better people handling the situation and being such good pros about it.
Hey, Derek, with when Peter went up to replace Jimmy Wade. How did that affect you guys?
Well, we won the game because I was talking with the goalies. I took over. So, no, it didn't affect, Pete still, addressed them, with video and stuff and talked to them over the Zoom calls and what have you. So, the biggest thing is, when you're home, if Pete's not here, then they don't get that extra work. Cause usually we go out for skills for a half hour before practice, and the goalies are at one end and the rest of the guys take over the other part of the ice, and he works with them and goes through their routine. So that's what they would miss out on. But, we're on the road, so we just make sure that they get what they need, and whether it's morning skate or the day we practiced, and it went fine. And I know Pete was on the Zoom calls with them, going over some of their video and talking that out with them. So, but now that we're home, it's nice. Now we can get our skills going and get a lot of good quality reps with our goalies.
Jeremy had mentioned today that his message to the players down there was about being ready to play the style they won in Chicago, rather than obviously getting a lot of ice time and stuff, but get ready to play the type of game regardless of the minutes you get. Is that something you've been echoing on to the players there?
Yeah, be ready. I mean, whether you get 5 minutes or you play in 20 minutes, you have to be prepared. We run the same systems, the structure as the big club does. So there's no excuses there. The biggest thing is the work ethic. Make sure we got these kids working. So when they do go up, that they show well, and makes us look obviously a lot better down here, but you have to be prepared. And the message is the same. So I'm not changing any messages and going against what Jeremy's saying. So everything's the same, and we just keep working away at our level.